The phone buzzed between us like a trapped insect. Her screen lit the dark. A name I didn't recognize. No heart emoji. No cover. She didn't reach for it. That was the first wrong thing. We were sitting on the edge of the bed, half-dressed, the room smelling like rain and the cheap candle she loved. She stared straight ahead, jaw tight, like she was listening to something far away. Buzz again. I watched the muscles in her neck move when she swallowed. I didn't ask who it was. I didn't need to. My chest had already gone quiet. Silence is louder when it arrives too fast. She finally picked up the phone and turned it face down. Not casually. Precisely. Like someone closing a door they didn't want me to see behind. I felt the shift then. A small one. The kind that changes gravity. My mind tried to protect me. You're tired. You're paranoid. You're getting married in 3 months. But my body didn't believe any of it. She smiled at me a second too late. It didn't reach her eyes. I remember thinking how strange it was that the room still looked the same. The walls, the window, her ring on the nightstand. How everything stays still when something important breaks. The signs didn't arrive all at once. They never do. They'd trip. A new password, longer work hours, a laugh that didn't belong to me. She started correcting herself mid-sentence. Stories with missing edges. Names replaced with someone from work. Her phone was always angled away now, like it had learned a reflex. At night, she slept turned from me. Not angry, just absent. I told myself love had seasons. I told myself stress explained everything. But I stopped touching her. Not out of spite, out of instinct. There's a moment when your brain begins collecting evidence without your permission, cataloging tone, timing, distance. I started replaying conversations in my head, pausing them, rewinding, listening for cracks. One night, she came home late and smelled like a different soap. She went straight to the shower without kissing me. I stood in the kitchen, holding a glass I hadn't poured yet, and understood something without words. This wasn't an accident. This was a choice made repeatedly. Still, I didn't confront her. I wanted the truth to confess itself. I became quiet, observant. I learned her patterns. The nights she claimed to work late always lined up with the same day of the week. Her phone bill showed calls that didn't match her explanations. Short ones, frequent, always after midnight. I didn't hack anything. I didn't snoop dramatically. I just watched. People lie differently when they think they're safe. She started treating me gently. Too gently. Like I was already fragile in her mind. Like she was rehearsing an ending. I smiled. I nodded. I played my part. Inside, I felt like I was walking through a house I already knew was burning, memorizing the layout on my way out. One afternoon, I followed her. Not closely, not obviously. I parked across the street and waited. When he opened the door, she didn't hesitate. No kiss on the cheek, no awkward pause. She stepped inside like she belonged there. I didn't feel rage. That surprised me. I felt clarity. The truth arrived later, wrapped in her own words. We were having dinner. She barely touched her food. Her knee bounced under the table. "I don't think this is working anymore," she said. I waited. She sighed, rehearsed sadness cracking at the edges. "I've changed. I need more. I met someone." There it was. Clean, simple, too late to hurt the way she wanted it to. I nodded. She looked confused, offended even. "I didn't mean to." "I know," I said. That was when she leaned back, eyes cold now, defensive, sharp. "I'll forget you in a week," she sneered. "I already found someone better." She expected me to break. I didn't. I stood, placed my napkin on the table, and slid her ring toward her. It made a soft sound, louder than it should have been. "I ended it already," I said. Her face collapsed. She cried then. Not for me, for herself, for the plan she thought she controlled. I watched without moving. I told her I knew about him, about the apartment, about the nights she lied, and the soap she didn't own. Each sentence landed carefully, measured, surgical. She tried to interrupt. I kept speaking. When I finished, I picked up my coat. "That line you used," I said, "you should save it. You'll need it again." I walked out before she could respond. Later, I sent one message. Just one. He knows too. I didn't stay to watch the fallout. I didn't need to. Some endings echo louder when you leave them alone. I moved out the next day. The apartment felt lighter without her voice bouncing off the walls. I slept better, deeper, like my body finally stood down from a long watch. I didn't stalk her online, didn't ask mutual friends. Indifference came faster than I expected. That's how I knew I was done. Betrayal doesn't always end in anger. Sometimes it ends in precision, in silence, in the quiet reclaiming of yourself. She thought forgetting was power. She was wrong. Walking away was.